Expansion Draft is upon us, my friend.
It is.
Golden State Valkyries getting involved here. I'll be honest, I think I have the backcourt figured out for them.
Okay.
Now, let me say this. You know I'm a hockey fan.
Yep.
Look, there should be a case study on every single expansion draft. I don't give a damn what sport it is. There should be a case study on two teams.
Okay.
The Vegas Golden Knights and the Seattle Kraken.
Okay.
The Seattle Kraken got it cracking with their expansion draft, and so did the Golden Knights. I think the Golden Knights set the standard, to be honest with you.
Yes.
They won a cup 5 minutes later, it felt like. So there, I know it's a different sport, but there are blueprints here now laid out of certain traits you want to look for.
100%.
In fact, the front office of Golden State has already said, everyone thinks we're going to take scoring and bucket getters here. Obviously, that's important, but we're looking for defense. We're looking for people that make the extra play, the extra pass, the winning plays, right?
Yes.
We're looking for people that's got that dog. So I'm just telling you, I got the backcourt figured out.
Okay, hold on. Before we get into it, I just want to let everybody know when it is, all right? If you're watching this on Thursday night, it's tomorrow. If you're watching this on Friday, it is Friday. It's tonight, 6:30 p.m. on ESPN is where you can watch it. Obviously, next year, looking forward to next year, the Toronto Tempo, who have now released their name and their logo, will have an opportunity to be in an expansion draft next season. And then on top of that, we got some news that the Valkyrie have shown off and unveiled their jerseys for their inaugural season. Those. So you guys should all pay attention to all of that. Now, Travis, I give you the floor.
All right, I'm going to go Veronica Burton right here from the Sun. True point guard, defensive-minded. She showed leadership. I just think it's the right fit in terms of what you always want to build with your point guard first, in my opinion.
Yep.
How about Hayley Jones from Atlanta, shooting guard? She's from that Bay Area. She was tasked with playing the point guard position when she's really a 2. So I think she could have the opportunity there.
Yep.
I think her and Burton together could grow in that backcourt. So I love that. And then your boy even went depth.
Okay.
I thought, you know what? I started going forwards and centers, but I was like, nah, if I'm going to lock in on the backcourt, I need some depth. And I used to cover this player, Brittney Sykes from the Mystics, veteran, been around a long time.
Yeah.
She's defensive-minded. She's tough. Both ends of the floor. She can get buckets, too. Don't get it twisted. But she's, respectfully, a little longer in the tooth now, Ountae.
Yep.
And what's happening, she's getting banged up. These injuries are starting to catch up.
100%.
So if I'm her, this is a beautiful opportunity to come off the bench, Ountae.
Okay.
Maybe now you cut down on the minutes, you cut down on the injuries, and she's a combo guard anyway.
Yeah.
So she can spell either or. You need me to run point, no problem. Shooting guard, no problem. Play defense, no problem. But I think the key at this stage of her career, Tay, is to come off the bench and give you some of that veteran presence. I think it'll help prolong her career and keep her healthy.
Fair enough. Travis has you with the dream. I love Hayley Jones, also a Stanford graduate, just so you know. CT Sun with Veronica Burton. I was leaning towards Olivia Nelson. I think she has some validity in there, as well as a person that could not be protected, right? We don't know who's protected officially yet. Those things won't ever come out by, who was protected. So I was leaning with her. She played a lot in the crunch time during the playoffs last year. Olivia Nelson did. And a little bit more than Veronica Burton. Veronica's a better offensive guard than Olivia Nelson is. And so I think with Stephanie White, that's kind of the direction that she went with. The new head coach might go in a different direction. So I'm thinking it might be 0-0. But I do respect the Veronica Burton call. And then, of course, Travis knows everything about Washington. I'm not going to touch the Mystics. I'm not going to touch the Mystics, but I got y'all for the rest of the teams, all right? So, look, the other team, Chicago Sky, they're going to take Lindsay Allen from the Chicago South. That's where I'm going.
That's a good pick.
It's going to be her or Dana Evans. I think, like you were saying, vet point guard with Brittney Sykes. This is a vet point guard. Can't really shoot it, but can definitely run an offense. Look out for her. Or Dana Evans, who's a sniper, a guard. I'm leaning more Allen than I am leaning Evans. But that's another one for this guy that you should look out for. Dallas Wings, Kalani Brown, 6'7" center. I mean, you're not finding that in the WNBA.
No, you're not.
12 points per game last season, 8 rebounds per game. It's a bigs league. Yeah. You need bigs. Pair her up with another big that I'm going to come up with in a second, Indiana Fever. Now, everyone's been saying, oh, it's going to be this person, oh, it's going to be that person. I'm looking at Nalyssa Smith because she put out a cryptic post the other day saying, oh, don't stay where you're not wanted and da-da-da-da-da. That makes me feel like she knows that she's not being protected. And now if she's not being protected, she's an athletic forward in a reduced role last season because Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston got a bigger role. Kelsey Mitchell had a great year and is a great player. This is a person who averaged 11 and 7 in a smaller role. So imagine if she had a team that was more of her own. She could be a great asset to them. The Aces, pass. Don't take anybody from them. No. They're too top heavy.
Yeah, they are.
They just keep an open spot for your draft pick that you're going to take. They got a 5th pick in all 3 rounds of the WNBA draft coming up next year. Keep that spot open for them. Going to the Sparks, another 6'7" big. Li Yueru. I can't say that name too well, but look, I'm telling you, this girl, she can play. She played great minutes with Cameron Brink out last year. She had 5 points per game, 4 rebounds, 14 minutes a game. Everyone needs a backup big. A large big like that, when you're pairing up 2, 6, 7 bigs in your starting lineup and in your bench lineup, that's a great one. Alissa Pili from the Lynx is another one that everyone should be looking out for. Great forward from Utah. Didn't really get much of a chance last year. She was just a kind of a forward in a logjam of forwards with Nafisa Collier, and a bunch of other forwards there. Don't worry about that. She's going to come over. It's pretty much a done deal, it looks like, that she's going to be on the Valkyrie.
She can hoop.
Liberty, running through these really quickly. Kayla Thornton, forward, vet, tough. She's from UTEP. Of course, I'm going to choose her. Mercury, Celeste Taylor, bounced around with a bunch of teams, needs a new landing spot. And then last, for the Storm, Mackenzie Holmes, sat out last year, but when she was at Indiana, averaged 22 points a game.
I think we have a great draft here, and I'll say this. I'll be honest with you. If I'm the Valkyrie, I feel confident that I can compete right away.
Yes.
Because the league's top heavy, obviously Liberty, Sun, Lynx, and Aces, but everyone else is right there together. There's a lot of parity in the WNBA. So you get this right. I think they can compete right out of the gate.